I got an early Christmas present on December 23rd. My neurologist called me to tell me I have an enlarged pituitary gland. If you want to know more about that and why my title says my balls are bigger than yours, keep watching. Welcome to my life as a carnivore. Hello everyone! So this is the first video I'm gonna put out on my channel without that bar down here with subtitles, German subtitles. Why is that? Oh, I'm still gonna do other videos like I've been doing before with like recipes or fun, cool videos and do the subtitles. But this here is a little bit different and I probably will make more videos like that. It's more about my health journey and putting subtitles underneath every single video takes a lot of time, believe me. So honestly, I don't know yet. Maybe I'll make another one just in German. My high German sucks. So today, it's Sunday, December 27, 2020. On December 23rd, I got an early Christmas gift. My neurologist called me and told me my brain MRI came back abnormal. Yeah. Enlarged pituitary gland. So this video will be mainly about the pituitary gland. What is it? Where is it? What does it do? What the fuck is happening with me? So yeah, because I said I want to talk about my health journey and there is really so much I could talk about for hours and hours and hours and so many different things, but yeah. I also made lots of notes in my phone, actually in that phone here, but that's my old one, but I'm filming with that, so I have it here. Otherwise, I'm all over the place. Anyways, actually, why did I get a brain MRI? Yeah, long story short, my neurologist told me that already a while ago. And we decided then, hey, okay, let's do it because there was like a really crazy deal, just $300 for a brain MRI, hello, but down in the Bay Area. That special deal is, of course, only available until the end of the year. So finally, December 11th, yes. So December 10th, we drove down there. Trip was actually pretty fun, yeah. So, of course, I took my cast iron pan with me, my ribeye steak and sirloin, and my torch. So torch. La Torch. I love that baby. And you know what? Torching down in the Bay Area is so much more fun because you're lower, there's lower altitude. I live here in Reno, Nevada. That's quite high up. And so the flames get bigger and bigger. So it was so cool. So we got a Motel 6 and I was just like, it was really cold, but I was outside there like torching my ribeye and my sirloin, like, yeah, it was kind of like adventurous. I liked it. And salt and eating it there, because I made one mistake. I didn't bring something for underneath the pan. So of course the pan got really, really hot and I couldn't just bring it inside Motel 6 room and just put it somewhere. Anyways, well, later on I brought it inside because it was really cold. But it was delicious. I was nervous, but I was feeling good. I went to the MRI place and yeah, I've never done an MRI before. And then my head, my brain, and I mean, I knew you have to go into the tube and you can't move. And I was like, oh, it's gonna be loud. And like, oh. My friend told me, hey, just think about it. It's like a rave. Not that I like raves and stuff. I've never been to one, not that I know of. But then when I was actually in the tube and all those sounds, different sounds, every time the sound changed, I laughed. Of course, I tried not to move because my friend told me, just think about it's a rave, and it was actually so cool. I liked it. And one of them, or maybe even twice, there was something that kind of shook my brain a little bit, as it was like vibrating or whatever, and it's like a massage for my brain. No, it was fun. Yeah, in a way. But my pinky fell asleep because I had this thing I was holding on to for an emergency, and I tried not to move, and it like fell asleep, and I'm like, because I had such cold hand. I also have cold hand, even now. Anyways, you see, I'm already all over the place. That's why it's so hard to do subtitles, because I just talk too much. Anyways, so that trip was actually pretty fun, and afterwards the trip back home, I, of course, again, somewhere outside on the side of the street on the curb, I torched my ribeye again, and I ate it in the car, and I loved it. It was kind of some sort of weird camping, survival, adventurous, I don't know, I had fun, I had a blast. So yeah, and my neurologist called me. He wanted to talk with us, and on the 23rd, yeah, as he said, my brain MRI was abnormal, and I handled it very well, actually. If he would have told me that 6 months ago, I would have been in a full-on panic attack mode. But I do stimming, so I did like this. On my lap, on my lap, and this, and I did this like that. So, and then I started on my phone texting it to my friend already while listening what he was still saying on another phone. So and I kind of also zoned out because my friend was with me, and he basically I knew he would listen to everything he's saying. But yeah, so that my pituitary gland is enlarged, and yeah, what the f is that? So yeah, what is it? So what is it? Where is it? That's why I have this white wall, because now I can show you cool pictures like that. So, and this is where the pituitary gland is. So it's not an actual part of the brain itself. It's like hanging there from the brainstem, kinda. Let's take a closer look to it. Whoa. Doesn't that look like a ball sack to you? And apparently mine is enlarged. So that's why my balls are bigger than yours. Ha ha ha. So the pituitary gland is at the base of the brain. It's about pea-sized. I think normally about 10 millimeters, and my neurologist told me mine is 12 millimeters. I'm not 100% sure. Next time I'll see him, I will ask him again. But so as you can see here on this picture, it's basically an extension from the hypothalamus. It's just like dangling there. No, I don't think it's dangling. And there's an anterior and a posterior pituitary gland. And scientists actually think they don't even work together. So what does it do? So mainly it's responsible for your hormones. As you can see here, really, it's like your hormone gland. So the hypothalamus takes messages from the brain, and then it tells the pituitary gland which hormones to produce and to release, or to release how much of it, or to stop releasing. So the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland, they regulate all primitive reactions. So like stress, body temperature, rage, fight or flight, thirst, hunger, sexual desire, survival, so all stuff like that. So important things they do up there. So as I said, there's an anterior and a posterior. Let's look at the anterior pituitary gland first. So as you can see on the picture here, well, yeah, you see that picture. I don't. I have it here. The anterior for growth hormone, prolactin, your ovaries, the estrogen, progesterone, the testes, the testosterone, adrenal cortex, cortisol hormones, oh yeah, the cortisol, TSH, thyroid. So it's making all these hormones, and it either releases them or stops releasing them. And if they're not in balance, so if it either releases too much of the hormones or too less, that could lead to certain things. Yeah, it could, for example, lead to, oh my gosh, I can't pronounce that stuff. I'll list it here. Acromegaly, I'm sorry, Cushing syndrome, prolactinoma, adult growth hormone deficiency, it's a really important one, diabetes insipidus, hypopituitarism, hypothyroidism, hypogonadism. I'm not gonna get into what all these are. Also, it's not even clear yet what I have. I mean, we know it's enlarged. It's bigger than it should be. But what exactly? No idea. So my next step is actually to get my blood tested. And I actually want to try that tomorrow in the morning, try to do a walk-in. So I hope I can get that done as soon as possible. So then in January, I can talk to my neurologist and we can figure out where to go from there. So I did a lot of research, of course, already about the pituitary gland, just in general. So anyways, the posterior one is actually not a gland, technically. It doesn't make hormones itself, but it stores them. It stores and secretes oxytocin, and vasopressin, and those are made in the hypothalamus. So it's not a real gland, but well, it's also very important. So the oxytocin, I don't know how to pronounce that. For example, it stimulates ejection milk after delivery. So it's also known for the love hormone, the bonding hormone. Inhibits the brain's fear center, increases pain threshold, relieves stress, helps relax, reduces depression, increases generosity, makes us feel good, makes men more loyal to their spouses. And this hormone could actually be the reason why women can handle the stress and the pain of childbirth. So yeah, that's a very important one. So, and the vasopressin, the ADH, it actually helps your kidneys to manage the amount of water in your body. So yeah, also very important. So let's talk about the nutrition. So the first thing I read was avoid high glycemic and refined foods. Carnivore. Hallelujah. Yeah. Well, carnivore is the best lifestyle for everything anyways, or animal-based. So the anterior one is extremely sensitive to diet, and it needs a lot of protein, amino acids, to be able to produce enough pituitary hormones. My body is really sensitive to diet, to any kinds of foods, like so sensitive. I'm currently eating beef, lamb, and bison. Yes, that's also interesting. So I'm actually coming from a ketogenic diet, of course, you know, high fat. And I know a lot of people on the carnivore diet, carnivore lifestyle, the PKD diet, the Paleolithic ketogenic diet, something, it's like 80% fat and 20% protein. And a lot of people, they reverse their problems with a really high fat diet, or they get their menstrual cycle again on a really high fat diet. And I started with pretty high fat on carnivore, and your body always changes anyways, but right now I'm 50-50. about that. So 50% fat, 50% protein, and that's very low fat on carnivore. So I'm high protein on carnivore. Yeah, people say like, oh, you should eat more fat, more fat. And no, I feel great like that. Why should I? And every time I eat more fat or too much fat at once, so like, for example, if I have something really fatty, I can also need to eat something very lean, like a sirloin or something. But if I eat really fatty, I get sick. I get diarrhea and nauseous, and I just don't feel good. And when I read that the pituitary gland needs a lot of protein, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but it kind of maybe makes sense. Oh wow, I'm doing much better on a more high protein carnivore lifestyle. What the pituitary gland needs is manganese, vitamin E, vitamin A, vitamin D, all the B vitamins, and all of them are basically found in meat, in a carnivore lifestyle. Manganese, maybe not so much, but hey, the B vitamins and the bioavailable vitamin A, the retinol, and I eat beef liver almost every day. Not quite every day, but almost, usually as my pre-workout, raw beef liver. I like it now. It's good. It gives me energy. Not as much energy as when I started it, honestly, but it helps me. It's a superfood. So what is the cause of all this? How do you get that bigger ball sack in your brain? Most common, it's actually a tumor, a benign tumor. Again, I don't know what I have, but that's kind of what's mostly a benign tumor. Also bleeding, sarcoidosis. It's a disease. It's like small clumps of cells. And yeah, other infections, diseases like tuberculosis. I'm sure I don't have that, but so that all can cause an enlargement of your pituitary gland. So, and what happens when your pituitary gland is enlarged? So it releases either too much or too less of certain hormones. It's just totally out of whack. It doesn't know what to do. It could push on the nerves that connects the eye to the nerves. You can see that on that picture here very well. So it can give you vision problems. Luckily, I don't really have that. Well, I do think sometimes like have some blurry vision or like, but those glasses are, I think like 10 years old now. They oh my gosh, I think they scratch, and I do need a new prescription. Yeah, I know, but like really crazy, bad, blurry vision, I'm really glad, luckily, I don't have that. So this video is already getting long. Yeah, I know, I just washed my hair. So the next part about the symptoms you could get from an enlarged pituitary gland and which symptoms I'm having, I make a new video out of that. So as soon as I'm done editing it, I will put it out on my channel, and then I will put a link right here. So that's it for this video, I would say. As I mentioned, I'm gonna go do my blood test as soon as possible, see my neurologist, and figure out what's really going on and what the next steps will be, and I will keep you posted on that. If you like what you see, subscribe. If not, just click me away. I'm gonna have some meat now. So today, when I'm filming this, it is December, I have no idea.